How's it going, fam? Anthony Dream Johnson here today, founder of 21 Studios and the 21 Convention here in Orlando, Florida at CPAC 2021 with Melissa Isaak from ProtectingMen.com and Dad Talk Radio. And she's actually been a men's rights attorney for several years now, a long time. And she's actually known throughout the men's rights community for the work that she's done. We actually just met, so I appreciate you doing the interview and coming out here.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So first things first, you're wearing a Make Women Great Again hat. What was your first impression of that, and how do you feel about that?
I love it, because if there's one thing that we're not talking about as much is how women need to be better people. We need to be better women. Yeah. You know, one thing that women have to understand, and let me back up for a minute. You know, growing up, I was raised by a toxic woman, and she was the perfect example to show me of exactly who I did not want to be.
A single mom or a two-parent household?
Oh, single mom by choice.
Okay.
So no, not even a single mom. I mean, she was an alienator. Okay. We refer to them as single moms sometimes, but a lot of them are just alienators. But she would say things like, if you don't, and we're young girls, she would say, when you get a boyfriend, if you don't have sex with them, they're going to leave you. Whoa. So this is teaching manipulation. Yeah. It's teaching, use your vagina to manipulate a man to get a result that you want. And so really what she taught me was there's two types of women. There are good, solid, valuable women who are major assets to men if you're a good woman, and then there's a warm, wet hole. So what she's teaching is that if you're a warm, wet hole, that's your value. Your value is that you offer sexual gratification to a man. And that's not the case at all. But too many women think, my value is if I look good in a tight, swimsuit, look good in a tight jeans to attract a man. Ladies, if you want to destroy a relationship, if you don't want anything long term, then be a warm, wet hole. If you want to be a valuable woman with something to offer, you guys, a good woman can really catapult a man, can be a good resource for a man. So when I saw this hat, honestly, I'm like, you know what? Make women great again, because women don't know how to be women, don't know how to be good women, because you guys look, there's two types of women. You got to be the right type.
Now, where do you think that kind of ideology came from? Warm, wet hole, this kind of stuff. Is that feminism? Is that cultural Marxism? Do you have an opinion on the source of where that came from in American culture?
I think there's all of it, because feminism says, listen, you don't need a man. You can be independent. You can do anything you want. You can be educated. You can be a professional. Look, you can be all that. But then society.
You've been an attorney for how long now?
Been for almost 15 years.
Wow.
So, and then society then says, but to be a valuable woman, you have to look a certain way. You have to, make sure that you keep your body fit and trim, which there's value to that, by the way. I'm not saying that you can just let your body go without consequence. But there's more to women than looking good. There's more to women than attracting men. There's more to women than offering sex to a man. There's more to it than that. So to be a good, valuable woman, you have, first of all, your worth, but you recognize the value in a man that you're with as well. Because again, you look at marriage or relationships, there should be some reciprocity, there should be a partnership. But ladies, you cannot be that woman that thinks that your contribution is sexual in nature, or that you can manipulate a man, because I'm telling you, you cannot.
Yeah, to blow up in their face, basically.
Absolutely.
Now, what are your feelings about toxic masculinity? Obviously, I have the hat on, it's beginning some attention, it's walking around. This is obviously known by feminists, they scream it at men and fathers today. Yeah. How do you feel about toxic masculinity and being 100% toxic?
I think that toxic men that I've seen were raised by single mothers because they don't know how to be men. My husband and I are raising a little boy. He's 5 years old, and I'm raising him to be a man. To be a man.
How dare you? You're radical.
I know. So my latest thing, I'm so proud. He's the youngest 5-year-old to ever get a yellow belt in karate, and because it's okay to be a man. And I want to raise a man. I don't want to raise. I'm not raising a little girl. I'm not raising a man that has to worry about his role in society. He will know. A good man knows what his role in society should be. The problem is we don't have men raising men. Yeah. We have, again, single moms raising men, or we have men who bought the feminist lie, and they're raising deferential citizens. Is what they're
familiar with the book too, The Feminist Lie?
Yes. Yeah. I have read The Feminist Lie.
It's a great book. I think we both know the author, yeah? Bobby Lewis.
We do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So last question, you've been a men's rights attorney for 15 years now, you said. What has your experience been doing that? Do you feel that men are treated fairly today in America? Are fathers treated fairly? Or is there something systemically wrong with the judicial system in that regard?
Oh yeah, definitely. The whole system needs to be, if not done away with, completely revamped. it's 2021 and we're telling dads, hey, you need to step up and be a dad. And then when a divorce happens and they want to continue to be a father, or they just ask for 50-50 custody, then this feminist agenda spins in. Yeah. There's domestic violence advocates who basically turn every man into an abuser. We can go talk about the Duluth model. There'll be a whole nother issue. But no, the courts are not fair. Women file divorce for, it's like, I think the latest statistic I saw was 80% of the time. And it's because there's the financial incentivations. They're the ones who get alimony. They're the ones who get child support. They're the ones who get restraining orders generally. So no, it is not fair. I think anytime you have a system where the man, or any gender, whoever it is, a class of people is the loser 80% of the time, that's a clear indication that this system needs to be really done away with. If they take lawyers out of the equation, it would be helpful.
Damn, that's coming from a 15-year attorney. That's impressive. So I'm assuming you support equal shared parenting. You're familiar with this concept?
Yes.
Yeah. How do you feel about Kentucky doing that? They got something very similar to that passed not too long ago.
Yeah, I'm proud of Kentucky. Kentucky was, and I really thought that once Kentucky did it, the other states would sort of, a domino effect and fall in, and they have not. But there's so much money behind moms getting custody and dads paying child support that until we do away with that, it's going to be an uphill battle, because they say, it's in the best interest of the child. You guys know it has very little to do with really evidence, the best interest of the child. And I tell people when a guy comes in.
What is it really in the best interest of? The mother or the government? Like, what's the really behind that?
It's got to be in the best interest of the government, because if you read some of the materials that good single women put out, they're saying, wait a minute, parents who have equal shared parenting or 50-50, the women actually earn more, they're happier, the co-parenting is better than the moms who have sole custody. So who is it in the best interest of? It can only be in the best interest of the states, of the government, because it's not in the best interest of the children. The research is there. Good single moms are saying, look guys, you do much better, you're happier with equal shared parenting. And of course men, that's all they want. They just want to be dads. They want to be treated fair, and they want to be dads.
Radicals,
yeah.
Well, hey, I appreciate the interview. Appreciate your time today. Make women great again. And we find you what website? Dad Talk Radio and protectingmen.com.
Dad Talk Today and protectingmen.com.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. See you guys.